Jose Ramirez has just beaten Rances Barthelemy via unanimous decision. And yeah, so good win for Jose Ramirez. Did what he needed to do. Got a good win there. Just completely outstruck Barthelemy throughout that fight, to be fair. He was closing the gap down well and beating up Barthelemy on the ropes on the inside. Some good inside work by Ramirez. Good body shots as well by him. The lead hook was a good weapon from Jose Ramirez in that fight. But again, Barthelemy kind of let me down. I'm not going to lie. He could have won that fight. Early, we were seeing him counter the body shots well. Sorry. But Barthelemy was getting success in that fight. Every time he was able to land that big straight left hand of his, he was cracking Ramirez with some big shots. Every time he landed them, wobbling and making Ramirez stumble literally every time he landed flush. It was unbelievable to see. Barthelemy could have got him out of there. And in the last few seconds of that 12th round as well, even though like the 5 previous rounds before that, Barthelemy did nothing. He landed a big shot towards the end of the 12th, showing he still had it in him to get him out of there, which was the even bloody more annoying thing to see. Barthelemy could have got Ramirez out of there, I'm not going to lie. But look, I feel like it's best for boxing that, I think it's best for the super lightweight division that Jose Ramirez won the fight. Because he's an entertaining guy to have in the division, and, there's big fights to be made with him in there. But honestly, the amount of times he was getting wobbled and cracked on that chin, Ramirez can't go up against a top-level southpaw, in my opinion. He will lose that fight. He can't deal with southpaw's left hands well whatsoever, if we're being honest with you. He leaves himself wide open for them. Leaves himself wide open when he's coming in for a big left hook or big straight left to be landed right on the chin of his. He'll be rocked and wobbled and possibly knocked down as well. So, yeah, because Barthelemy could have had him out of there, if we're being honest with you. He really could have. But, yeah, overall in that... God's sake. Overall in that fight, Ramirez, it was mostly Ramirez coming in, cutting down the gap well, and beating Barthelemy up on the ropes. Ramirez showing throughout the fight he was the stronger guy, and he was able to bully Barthelemy, to be fair, throughout the fight, landing some big body shots, putting his shots together well, big lead hooks, saw some double, triple lead hooks that Ramirez was putting together, and yeah, I mean, a lot of times it was Barthelemy, countering well on the back foot early on. But as the fight went later, Ramirez was just beating Barthelemy down just like a punching bag. Barthelemy just made it easy for him because Barthelemy wasn't creating enough angles or anything like that, like he previously was, to be able to find the openings for a big left hand down the pipe. Every time he was landing those big left hands, that left straight especially, it always hurt Ramirez. He hurt him a number of times in that fight. And just the fact he showed it late on in that 12th round as well, landing a big shot while made Ramirez stumble a bit and, showing that he had it the whole time still left in him that it wasn't because he was tired or anything. No, I just don't get it from Barthelemy. It's a strange approach. Ramirez completely outstruck and outworked him. Barthelemy did not throw enough. The game plan from Barthelemy was basically, to land a big shot and, land that big left hand, create openings and land that big left hand. But a lot of the time, Ramirez, he's in Barthelmy's face a lot, to be fair to him, to be fair to Barthelemy. And, Ramirez did have a good, solid high punch volume each round, had the odd off round each then, but the majority of the time, Ramirez was, having some good output in each round. But at the end of the day, Barthelemy could have won that fight, and Ramirez was there for the taking at a point as well. Not going to lie, he 100% was. I think it was in that 3rd round, Barthelemy had him real hurt and was cracking with some big shots. And he arguably dropped him. And then Barthelemy was hitting him twice on the ground. No need for that. I think it's the 4th round as well. He was then able to hurt Ramirez again. And then I think it was in then another round later on, he was able to hurt him again. Then from them, just Ramirez was able to take back control of it though. and Ramirez was able to take the shots after being wobbled massively and went on and won a unanimous decision because Barthelemy just didn't throw enough and just didn't follow up on his work enough, which was a shame to see from him, to be fair, because the guy could have won that fight and really could have changed his career at 38 years old, Barthelemy. But no, he just bloody messed it up for himself. Look, I was secretly rooting for Barthelemy to win that fight, to be fair, because obviously, Ramirez is the fan favourite and all that. But, I was secretly rooting for Barthelemy to win the fight because it would have been cool. And it would have been cool if he won. And just the amount of times he was cracking is like, openings are there. And I do like it when underdogs win. So I did want Barthelemy to win the fight. But no, he kind of bottled it for himself, though, because he could have won. He could have won the amount of big left hands he was landing, setting up for himself early on. But in the end, it's just like Barthelemy kind of allowed Ramirez to take more control than what Ramirez could. He just allowed Ramirez to take more control because Barthelemy just sitting up on those ropes too much, in my opinion. And, Ramirez was just able to bully him to the body, landing some big shots. Barthelemy has taken some big shots as well. It looked like Ramirez kind of had Barthelemy going towards the end of that 11th round. The referee was really looking into it. But yeah, Barthelemy ended up surviving the round. Look, I heard the commentators saying and all that, this is a moral victory for Barthelemy. Going the distance with Ramirez. But no, Barthelemy could have won the fight. I don't think that's a moral victory whatsoever. The guy could have won the fight and I think should be disappointed. Should have done better in my opinion. Anyway, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. For Jose Ramirez, where does he go from here? Who does he fight? Super lightweight division, such a great division right now. It looks so interesting, in my opinion. I don't know. For Jose Ramirez, possibly a Hitchens fight. Could we see possibly? Could we see him fight Arnold Barboza Jr.? That could be a fight. Jermaine Ortiz. I don't know, a Roddy Romero, like those kind of fights for Jose Ramirez, in my opinion. Not like any top guys like Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney and Mateus, Liam Paro and Isaac Cruiser. Tio, like none of those fights. Kind of like a Jermaine Ortiz, an Arnold Barboza Jr., a Hitchens fight or something like that. Those kind of fights I think that Jose Ramirez should be aiming for, in my opinion. But yeah, just don't go up against the Southpaw. That's a big thing as well. Don't go up against the Southpaw. I think that's the big thing because, he clearly does struggle against Southpaws. We saw it in the Josh Taylor fight for Ramirez, and we saw it again today. He can easily be massively cracked by that big Southpaw left hand. Anyway, look, going to end this video here. Thanks for watching the video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.